Good evening, everybody. Happy holidays and welcome in as we present yet another all-new edition of the Milford Informer. I am Milford TV's Executive Director, Tim Coette. We're here with you on our final edition of the Milford Informer for 2024, and we're right in the midst of the holiday season, and we have a definite holiday feel to all of our top stories to present to you tonight on the Informer. So let's dive right in with our first story for you, which takes place on a holiday that just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago, Thanksgiving, and the Milford Youth Center once again celebrated Thanksgiving with a great event over at the Armory Building, and our staff members Dominique and Chase were there on hand to be able to capture some great highlights from this terrific festive event.
Today we're having our annual Thanksgiving event that we have every year, and it's just where local restaurants and such, they donate food to us, and then we have guests and volunteers that come, and we also have our full staff. We come help out, and it's just something just for the kids and just really for the community, in my opinion, just way to give back. And we would like to thank all of the restaurants that provided us with all the food, all the volunteers that came, and just everyone that comes to just makes this event very special.
So today we're here serving the kids that use the Milford Youth Center along with all of the community that supports them.
We are having our Thanksgiving dinner, an early Thanksgiving dinner here at the Milford Youth Center, and it's such an amazing event because you have your community partners, you have all the boys and girls arrive here, just sharing an amazing meal donated by some of the other community partners.
This is my 12th or 13th event at the Youth Center coming here. Obviously, as you look around, it's just great. Young kids enjoying themselves, smiling. As you know, this facility took a while to get up and running and build, but it has been a true jewel for the town of Milford. Jen and her staff do a wonderful job. It's supported by the town, it's supported by the townspeople, and we're so lucky to have it.
Just enjoying a great meal, spending some time with these kids. One of the best facilities we have in town. Does a ton of good things with our youth here in Milford, and the kids seem to love it.
It's important because it shows like the community and family aspect of the Milford Youth Center, and obviously to give out food to someone who may not have the luxury of having all of this amazing food. So yeah.
What are you thankful for this year?
I don't know.
Why don't you think about it?
That we get to go to Ohio.
So Ohio is where my parents live. We're going to go there for Thanksgiving. I will say that I am thankful for the blessings around me, like my kids, my wife, the home that we live in here in Milford, the job that I have. Sometimes the day-to-day of life gets in the way of just appreciating the amazing stuff that you have around you, the little things that you have around you.
I'm thankful that we can all be together for time like this, and that we can all eat surrounded by friends.
I want to give special acknowledgement to our Member Services Coordinator, Dominique, who has been spearheading our program after school with the Youth Center to be able to bring some video production lessons to the kids over at the Youth Center. An absolutely terrific program that Dominique has been leading, with a special helping hand from our producer, Chase, who has been there for most of those after-school programs as well. Great work from our Milford TV team in cooperation with the Milford Youth Center. Moving on to our next holiday top story, we just recently covered another great annual holiday event here in the community, and that is the Milford Regional Medical Center's Tree of Life event. We've been able to be at this event many times, just a very special night as everyone comes together to raise money for an outstanding cause, the Oliva Fund for Cancer Care, which does amazing work with cancer patients and their families here throughout the region. And so here are some highlights from this very meaningful event.
Tonight is our Tree of Life celebration. It's a celebration that the hospital has been celebrating for over 20 years. The celebration is in honor of, in memory of, and in celebration of patients and families that have been treated here at the hospital and the Cancer Center, in celebration of their life and care that they've received. The community really comes together for this event. I think, it touches everyone in their own individual, personal way. So we usually have about 200 donors that raise over $20,000 tonight alone. I believe the Oliva Fund has been around since 2007, and the proceeds benefit those patients and families here at the hospital who are dealing with cancer, battling with cancer, and provides resources outside of what insurance will cost for them. So gift cards, gas cards, things of that nature.
As you all know, you are a very loyal, generous following to our Tree of Life event. This is always such a special evening for us because it encourages all of us to take pause during a very busy time of year. We know this is personally and professionally a very busy time of year for everybody, and we really, really appreciate you taking the time to join us for our tree lighting this evening and for some important and meaningful remarks. So thank you.
I did want to formally welcome you tonight. This officially is a fundraiser for our system, but it's much more than that in terms of coming together and reflecting really on the great care that's provided here at the hospital and the Cancer Center. You know, we expect to raise about $20,000 in support of the Oliva Fund tonight from 200 donors that go to support services for our patients and their families at Milford Regional and at Dana-Farber Brigham and Women's Cancer Center across the street. I did mention, you know, I've been here for 32 years, and we did make a significant change this year as a system, joining the UMass Memorial System as a corporate affiliate. So our system is just going to go under their corporate umbrella, but and people say, what does that mean in terms of patient care? But really, in terms of the relationship that we have with the Cancer Center, with Dana-Farber, with Brigham and Women's, that's not going to change. So again, back to why we're here tonight, and I did want to ask the Oliva family, whose this program is named after, to stand and to be recognized. Some of the Oliva family is here tonight. So Gina, Donna. Thank you. And again, so many people have been treated across the street, and unfortunately others have been treated across the street and have passed. And it is important to remember why we're here tonight. And really, the care that's provided across the street is exceptional at every level. We're very fortunate to have one of their leaders here tonight, Dr. Mike Constantine, who is our lead contact across the street, also the chief of oncology services here at the hospital. He's only been here 25 years, and I say that because his co-worker, Dr. Kadis, has been here 42 years. So he's still trying to catch up, but he does a great job, and I wanted to just call him up and ask you to give him a warm round of applause. Thank you.
So, yeah, as Ed said, I've been here for about 25 years, which I can't believe it. You know, Mona had, you know, interviewed me over in Medfield at the Friendlies there when I had my son, who was about a week old. My son's now in first year of law school. It's been that long. And I remember this happening, you know, back then as well. This is a good time to, you know, remember, you know, the people that aren't with us now. And, you know, I talk about this every year, but it does happen. As I'm married to an Irish woman, the Irish, you know, when they go to a wake, they most of the time make fun of the person who passed away, and they laugh about that person, they cry about that person, they say the funny things that person did, they say, you know, the stupid things that person did, but they don't just say them then, they say them all the time. You know, my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, who passed away from head and neck cancer about 8 years ago, she was talking about him the other day when something came up on the TV and just kind of making fun of him. Not so much making fun of him, but remembering him, you know? And that's what we got to do. We got to remember, you know, the good times. You know, even though those people are not with us today, which is sad, but they gave us good times. They gave us memories, you know? And that's so important. And that, nobody can take that away from us, right? And as we're here today celebrating, you know, the people that are not with us, let's remember the things that they gave us. Let's remember those silly anecdotes that they said, those stupid jokes that they kept coming up with, the funny things that they did, and, you know, everything else, you know, because that's what's important. And it's also important of the people you're with still today, you know, to be with them, to laugh and joke with them, you know, to cry with them, all of that. So, you know, as we reflect on the people who are not here today with us, let's reflect on the nice times that they gave us. And it's so important that we have that world-class place across the street, you know, that's saving lives and helping people, you know, every day. You know, we thank that. And I thank Ed and his team because they have really made it happen and continue to make it happen. So thank you, Ed.
You know, again, tonight it is, you know, kind of a special night that we stop. There's so much craziness going on in healthcare just in general, just to reflect on why we're here. And we do so with the lighting of the tree. If the weather were better, we would be outside. But part of that is recognizing who is going to light the tree. And so tonight, really, it's an opportunity to reflect back on a former employee that worked for us on maternity. Andrea was a nurse that I used to see all the time. She started at Milford as a float and ended up on the maternity unit. And I used to always check in on her about, you know, maternity is one of those services that you don't learn in school, you learn it on the job. And she loved it. And over time, you know, Andrea was ill, but you never, ever noticed it. I mean, she had the biggest smile every time you went up to the floor. Everything was really positive. And you could tell she loved what she did. Her patients loved her, and we were really fortunate to have her.
I had time to ask a couple of our coworkers last week to say one word when I say Andrea's name. What do you think of? And the words that came to many were strong, funny, thoughtful, happy, and she loved Chinese food. She loved trivia. She loved the holidays, especially Halloween and Christmas. She had a huge collection of every type of Santa, and before she passed away, she had all of us come in and pick a Santa. So we all have them at home. She's remembered as an amazing daughter to Mary, a compassionate nurse, a fighter, and a loving friend. Friendship and family has always been a major aspect of our unit, and we think that Andrea was a beacon of that. She reminded us of how precious life is, how important it is to care for one another, and I know that it's something we will all forever be grateful for. We miss her, and I'm sure she misses us. We miss her smile, her positive energy, and I miss the rolling suitcase wheels coming down the hallway because the day shift knew that was Andrea's wheelie suitcase, and the day shift was almost done and the evening shift was coming on. So even though she is not around anymore and she's not coming around that corner with that suitcase, we think about all the memories we made with her and all the ones that we're making together in honor of her.
Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Another staple event here in the Milford community at the holidays is the annual Claflin Hill Symphony Holiday Pops. That is just a couple of short days away. We'll have full coverage of that event, but we've also been paying very special close attention to Claflin Hill this year as they have been celebrating their milestone 25th anniversary season, and we've been bringing you some special pieces all season long so far to be able to commemorate this milestone season, and we have another one of those for you this evening as we go behind the scenes at one of Claflin's recent rehearsals as they were gearing up for their first performance of this 25th anniversary season. Let's take you there now.
What makes Claflin Hill a substantial organization for the community? I would say this orchestra granted us as musicians dreams. And nowadays, people don't talk about American dreams that often anymore. I mean, from my personal perspective, things get hard, life gets hard. And this orchestra really provides a very warm, open, accepting, loving, caring environment for musicians. And that's where we flourish. That's where we can spread the love and the passion of music to people who come to the concerts. So I would say, yeah, that part is really crucial for us as musicians.
It's an anchor. It brings together not only the Milford community, but the surrounding communities and connects it with the musicians and the arts and the culture around the area in a way that's unique.
Paul started this himself. He is an amazing entrepreneur and impresario. To start a symphony orchestra from nothing is just an amazing feat. So that's the first thing that makes it different. And then the other thing is that I think, as I said, he doesn't only look at the quality of the musicians as they're playing. He looks at whether or not they're nice people.
What sets Claflin Hill apart is that it's family run, and it feels like family to me. I feel like I can have a personal relationship with the director, Paul, and I feel like I belong here. And when I come from far away, and when I'm driving home, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that was good. It feels like family. And the other thing that sets this orchestra apart is that we work really hard, and yet we don't have to be perfect in this orchestra. We can be human, imperfect, and that's just comfortable.
When I step in here, these are people who would do anything to help out our colleagues. I've had my instrument break at critical times in concerts, and without thinking, Warren will hand me an instrument. And that doesn't happen everywhere. People won't always do that. So it's just, and that's just the general mood of the type of people that Paul has working here.
Well, it's easy for me to want to do that for Terry. And for any of my friends. Many of us have been together for years and years, and many of us have been friends even prior to playing in the orchestra together. So the close relationships have been very gratifying, but first and foremost, we're here to create art, and I am always overjoyed by what we do together.
Claflin is kind of unique in a relatively small community. You don't see orchestras at this level, at the professional level, most anywhere. There are long-established orchestras in major cities, Providence, Boston, Portland, and so forth, but to have one in a smaller community, a local orchestra that people can attend concerts and play concerts is unusual.
Milford is a very musical community, and it has been for forever. And I think having the symphony orchestra here and getting people involved with it, it keeps the town going. You know, it's one of those things that it's part of it. It's part of its foundation. The music is.
It is, without a doubt, the best ticket, not only in town, but I think anywhere in Metro West, or, you know, if people want to go to Boston, that's fine. Support the arts, but man, support them here first.
We listen to what the audience need, and we try to connect with the community, and just that human part that emotionally connected through music, that is just very, very powerful. It's not just all about techniques or all about like how fancy it looks. It's just very down to earth.
A lot of amazing, beautiful moments happen in rehearsals as well as the concerts, so we just get surrounded by that literature. And then the other thing goes along with that is just the quality of my colleagues that we get to play with. It's just, you know, I sit here on our first rehearsal, which is usually a Tuesday, having had a break, and just hearing the sounds that come out of the other players is just an amazing treat that never gets old.
Same for me. Sitting in the middle of this great music with great musicians, but also really nice people. I think the orchestra and many in our audience have become one family within the community here. It's been a very important part of my life for, you know, the whole 25 years.
Well, one thing I like about this season is that because it's a big anniversary season, Paul has chosen classic, great works of music like we're playing in this program. And, you know, you can't go wrong with the classics. One of my favorite pieces in this program, actually I love all of the pieces, but one of my favorite is the Mozart Flute and Harp Concerto. It's sublime, and it's played so well by the soloists. I'd say that the pieces of music he's chosen are wonderful, and that's what I look forward to in this season the most.
We're playing a fantastic concerto that I have never performed, one of the Mozart beautiful concertos for flute and harp. I should say, one of the Mozart concertos for flute, he wrote 3, including this one. This is the only one for flute and harp, and it's a tremendous opportunity for me to play this. So I'm looking forward to this concert. This is a highlight for me, having an opportunity to play this concerto with this orchestra on its 25th anniversary.
I'm very honored and glad that I can participate in this 25th seasons. Although I'm not here for the past all the years here, but I feel like this is my home, and I just want people to enjoy it.
It's a way to introduce different communities and different age groups to an experience they might not otherwise have had.
Come and listen to some good music, and see your neighbors here too, and see what's happening in the town hall in Milford.
Well, if you come here one time, try it one time, and you'll find out what a wonderful, wonderful symphony orchestra we have right here in Milford.
That is for sure. No doubts. And go to the concerts at the town park and the musicians that are honored there, and just it pulls so many people together, and it's a great way to enjoy summer and music together. Thank you.
And great work once again from our Milford TV staff, Patrick Garapi, going behind the scenes to get all of that footage for you, and Chase Pettinelli, our producer, turning over that coverage. Chase has been working on a lot of the pieces that we've brought you behind the scenes with Claflin Hill throughout this 25th anniversary season so far. So once again, so happy to have such a great, hardworking team here at Milford TV, bringing you a lot of great coverage and a lot of events throughout the Milford area. Well, as we start to wind things down here on this holiday edition of the Milford Informer, we want to make sure to share with you all of our programming information for all of our great holiday coverage we've been working on throughout the last several weeks. We were able to be out on Main Street to cover Milford Santa Parade a couple of weeks ago. That is already up and running on our public and HD channels as well as on our YouTube channel, so make sure to check that out. And if you're joining us on our premiere airtime for this edition of the Milford Informer on Friday, December 13th, well, stay tuned because we will be premiering the Greater Milford Community Chorus in their holiday performance of Silver Bells. So that is coming up at 8 p.m. this evening on our public and HD channels. It will be premiering on YouTube as well. But don't worry if you don't catch the premiere airtime, that will be airing regularly throughout the remainder of the holiday season, and you can check it out anytime on our YouTube channel. We also have a host of school concerts coming up for you over on our educational channel and on YouTube. Concerts that feature the kids from Woodland Elementary School, Stacy Middle School, and the high school as well. Many concerts coming up on our educational channel for you to check out. And of course, we will have full coverage of the annual Claflin Hill Holiday Pops for you. And we'll also be sprinkling in some special favorites from the past here on Milford TV throughout the holidays as well. Some past performances from the Claflin Holiday Pops from GMCC and some of our other staff coverage through holiday seasons past as well. So make sure you check us out throughout this entire holiday season on all of our Milford TV platforms for some really special holiday coverage. And once again, as we wrap things up here for this 2024 season, I just want to once again acknowledge all of the hard work that our Milford TV staff has been doing throughout the year. We have a great team here at Milford TV, our Member Services Coordinator, Dominique, our Community Event Coordinator, Chase, and our Production Coordinator, Patrick, doing terrific work, working very, very hard here in our studio and out in the community to continue to bring you great coverage and bring in members, volunteers, and interns to get active here in video production at our Milford TV studio. So from our Milford TV family to your families back at home, have a terrific holiday season, and we'll be back with you with another edition of the Milford Informer in the new year. From all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coette saying happy holidays, and so long, everybody.